the next question is related to the previous one. Look at what it says. If you travel for 10 miles at 60 miles an hour and another 10 miles for 80 miles an hour, what is your overall average speed? It gives the same answers as the question 6. 70 miles an hour, between 70 and 80, between 60 and 70, not enough info. The wording of the problem is a little bit different. If you travel for 10 miles, not 1 hour, 10 miles at 60 miles an hour, and then another 10 miles at 80. The unsuspecting student will probably say, okay, still the same. You're going 10 miles at 60, another 10 miles at 80. Your average speed is 70, right? Not so, okay? Here's what you gotta do. Average speed is the total distance divided by the total time. So total distance is what? Well, 10 miles and 10 miles. Now, what's the total time? Well, if you go 10 miles and you're traveling at 60 miles an hour, how many hours is it going to take you to get there, to travel 10 miles? Well, distance is velocity times time. 10 miles, velocity is 60 miles an hour. 1/6 of an hour. So it's going to take you 1/6 of an hour to travel 10 miles. So that's the initial time, right? And the second one, if you go 10 miles at 80 miles an hour, right? 10 is equal to 80 t, 1/8 hour. How long is it going to take you to travel 1/8 hour? To travel 10 miles, so it's going to take you 1/8 hour. So what's the average speed now? So you're going to get on the top 20. What's the sum of 1/6 and 1/8? Well, I could take the cross product, do it quickly that way. 8 plus 6 is 14. Multiply them, that gives you 48. Take the 48 to the top. 20 times 48 over 14, okay? So yeah, 48 goes there, and then you add them 14. So let's multiply that. I'm not simplifying anything, just doing it quickly here. You're going 20 times 48, 20 times 48 divided by 14, 68. 0.57 mile per hour. This is the actual way of doing this problem. If the problem wanted you to get an actual number, this is what the number would be. But in this case, they only want you to choose, is it going to be between 70 and 80, between 60 and 70? So which one is it closer? Well, it looks like it's between 60 and 70, right? So this is the choice here. It's not actually 70. It's between 60 and 70. Now let's explain why is that? What's happening here? Okay, why is it closer to the, instead of 70, why is it a little bit closer to the 60? Well, here is the argument you can make. If you're going 10 miles at 60 miles an hour, you're going to travel 1/6 of an hour, which is what? How many minutes is that? 1/6 of an hour. Well, an hour is 60 minutes divided by 6. That's 10 minutes. Okay? If you go 80 miles an hour for 10 miles, how long is that going to take you? Well, in minutes, what's that? 60 divided by 8. 60 divided by 8, so it's going to be 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 7.5 hours. 7.5 minutes. Okay, so here it is. Here is the crux of the issue. If you go 60 miles an hour for 10 miles, it's only going to take you 10 minutes. But if you're going 80 miles an hour, it's going to take you even shorter. Okay, that means during this trip, you've been going at 60 miles an hour for a longer period of time than 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour, you've only been traveling for 7 minutes, whereas 60 miles, you have been traveling a little bit longer time. So since you've been traveling longer at the slower speed for a longer amount of time, then your average velocity is closer to the slower speed. Okay? So now if I see a problem like this, I don't even have to do this, right? I can just see it, I say, okay, same distance, okay? The quicker speed, I'm gonna travel less time. My answer is gonna be closer to the smaller answer, okay? The smaller speed. So that you can do it quickly now. Okay, thank you.